Mr. Butler, how you doing, sir?
Hey, how you doing,
All right,
Officer Mack?
What's going on, man?
Are you familiar with the First Amendment?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you know that we do have the right to record police in the course of their duties.
Record away, sir.
All right. All right. Cool. I got a few questions for you. Are you familiar with
Wait a minute. Are we doing a class or something?
No. I have a complaint.
What's your complaint?
Are you familiar with Officer Heeter?
Yes, I am.
And you're his supervisor?
Yes.
First of all, why can I not speak to the highest ranking official on duty?
Well, we do, just like any business, there's kind of like a tiered thing. So you don't just walk in and ask for whoever
But
you
if
want.
he's on duty, I should be able to speak to a public official upon request from a citizen.
That's what
But you're not the highest person on duty. You know what I'm saying? I think is that not a dereliction of duty for somebody to be like, hey, I don't want to go speak to this person, even though the citizen requested the watch commander. I requested the watch commander. You're not the watch commander. Is that not a dereliction of duty?
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Another question. Why aren't the complaint forms readily available?
He's printing them off right now.
Yeah, but why can't I just come in here and grab a form and fill it out anonymously?
That I don't know. I'm not in charge of the complaint.
And that's the reason why I need to talk to the watch commander. Can you get the watch commander for me?
No.
Why not?
You want to talk to him? What do you need from
It's
him?
a lot of things. See, you're not answering none of my
Hold
questions,
on.
though.
What do you need from him that I can't do for you?
You don't even know why the forms are not readily available.
We're not in charge of forms. He's not in charge of forms.
But he's in charge to get those forms to be readily. Are you able to make that happen?
I'm going to make that happen.
So you're going to make these forms readily available.
I just brought him one, and I told him to go down and make copies.
Okay. How many copies did you have him
Already
make up?
being taken care of.
How many copies did you have?
I heard you wanted 4. I told him to make more to have some at the desk.
All right. I appreciate
I'm already
that.
ahead of that.
Okay. I got you. Thank you. So you say you are familiar with Heeter.
Yes.
What kind of cop is this guy?
Pretty good cop.
Pretty good
in
cop.
my opinion.
Honestly.
In my opinion, yes.
All right. I just want you to watch this little short snippet of a video that I got with this guy. Just give me, it's already ready. This is just about 20 minutes ago.
It's 1 o'clock now. Can I slide over there and take a look at it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye. Is it volume?
Yeah, let me turn it up.
These folks don't feel comfortable with you recording them. Okay, so if you don't mind, could you not record them?
Well, how would you would have handled this situation if somebody told you I don't want to be recorded, I'm recording, you know I have a right to record. How would you handle that situation?
So you're asking about how the people, the lady, I guess it was in the
No,
video.
I'm asking how would you would have.
No. So we're not going to turn it into what would I do. We're going to talk about this. This is your complaint, right?
Right, but I'm trying to see what would have been the correct way to handle this situation.
Did she?
But,
I don't know what happened.
Okay, all right, I'll play it for you.
Okay, thank you.
Would that be okay?
Hold on, pause.
Okay. All right, so he said they don't feel comfortable.
Okay.
Have you heard of the First Amendment?
So these people don't feel comfortable with you recording.
And so what is your job to do in this situation?
Protect these people?
Your job is to inform them of my rights.
Okay, but they don't want you to record them.
So are you a law enforcement or are you feelings enforcement?
I'm sorry?
Are you law enforcement or are you a feelings enforcement?
Okay, Do you not think that what people have going on matters?
Does what they're got going on trump my rights?
So you just don't care about what people think or feel?
Do their feelings trump my rights?
I'm asking you a question. You haven't answered my question yet.
I don't answer questions.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, in that case, sit tight here for me.
Do you think that was the correct way to go about that?
There's many different ways to go about it.
How would you would have
Politeness-
handled it?
Oh, I'm sorry?
How would you have handled that?
Again, I'm not gonna do the.
But you're his supervisor, so
I
I'm
know.
trying to find out
So-
if this is something that
So
you
this is-
normally, this is normal practice for
Listen,
Killeen.
If you want me to watch the entire video,
This is the gist of one of the portions of the complaint that I have. That's it right there.
you're complaining on.
Just this is a portion of one of my complaints that I have.
Okay.
So you don't how would you
So-
handle that?
So I'm not gonna debate what happened.
Do you think that was okay for him to do that?
I'm not gonna debate that. If you want me to watch the entire video, then I'll make an informed decision. But I'm not gonna sit here and watch snippets.
All
and
right.
then you ask a question.
All right, let's
for each snippet.
watch the whole thing then.
How long is this?
It's only about another 2-3 minutes.
What?
So he abandons the whole stop. Are you about to go solicit a trespass? And goes into the store. Isn't that a crime? To go into the store and ask them if they want me to leave? Soliciting a trespass?
Did somebody tell you that was a crime?
I'm asking you, is it a crime? So it's not a crime?
asking you now.
Is that something that you guys
She's
practice?
asking you to leave their property.
You're asking me to leave, ma'am? What's the reason?
This business can ask any person to leave. So at this time, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the property. That includes the entire parking lot.
All right.
Thank you.
So you soliciting trespasses today? I got you, Officer Peter.
Thank you.
I will be filing a complaint on your ass
That's
too.
fine. I just need you to leave the property, though, because they asked you to.
All right, I got. That's basically it right there.
Okay. So your question is, how would I handle it? Again, I'm not going to debate that. We all handle things differently.
Do you think it was okay for him to do that?
I'm not going to debate that because if this is.
Are you his
listen,
supervisor?
Yes, I am. But if you're filing a complaint, then it needs to go higher up. I'm not going to make.
And that's
call.
the whole reason why I wanted to speak to the watch
And It's not
commander.
going to just be the watch commander.
Come on,
When
man.
complaints get filed, they go to IA.
All right, I got another one because this, like I said, there's multiple things from this same guy, from this same guy, and you say he's a good cop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that resemble good cop behavior?
I don't see that he did anything illegal. We all do things differently.
Is that something that you guys practice on regularly, soliciting
I think you actually said
trespasses?
already.
So no, y'all don't practice
Well,
that.
That's not a practice.
What about informing the citizens of their rights, my right to record? Is that something that he could have
You
done?
know what?
Or?
I'm glad you said that because that falls in the same line with him asking them, do y'all want him on your property recording? That's
But
their right.
That's
right?
not what he
Hold on,
asked,
hold on,
though.
but listen,
He solicited the trespass.
Is that their right
What you mean?
to not have you on their property?
It is, and I left.
Okay.
Okay.
So again, that's the same
But
principle.
for him to solicit that, is that something that y'all normally practice?
So in the way of people call us out for, say, loud noise, and then we go, okay, dude, be quiet. He's like, whatever. And then we ask him, well, do you want to press charges? Is that soliciting?
What do you mean?
I'm soliciting.
Yeah, he committed a
Because
crime.
I asked them, hey, he's bothering you. He's disturbing your peace or whatever. And now,
But he committed a
now I
crime.
go over and ask them,
I didn't
hey,
commit
do
a
you want
crime.
him warned of criminal trespass? Do you want him warned or removed from your property or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
That's considered soliciting still, isn't it?
Nah, I
But
wouldn't.
I let up the word solicit.
because he committed a crime.
Well, see, you're trying to say it's because of something they did. No, you're talking about he solicited.
Mm-hmm.
It's regardless of what that person did. I'm talking about the word you're using. He solicited that.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. So if you're talking about the point of, is that something we practice? In a manner of sense, yes, we do. Because if we get called out to stuff, we're out dealing with stuff. We try to remedy stuff by making people go their separate ways.
Yeah.
without having to go to the point of people going to jail.
Okay.
You know, not everybody need to go to jail.
Right.
Especially not for something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand. All right, let me get to the next one real quick if you got time. So you don't have time?
I'm giving you time. I'm actually off, but
I don't want to waste your time.
You're not wasting my time.
But yeah, I have a really big problem with this guy, and I think that
Heeter?
with Heeter, because he's I got videos of him, you know, pushing me away from the scene, not physically, but he's, you know, trying to get me to shooing me away from the crime scene. Yeah, basically like that. But you know, on public sidewalks and public settings where I'm allowed to be done. This was private property, so it's a little different. But this guy's done it on public property. Are you familiar with the Sgt Mack Act?
Yes, I am.
What do you know about the Sgt? Just the gist of it, like from what you know about.
The actual arrest stuff.
No, as far as
jail, or the portion
as far
about
as you
us having to actually issue citations now.
Well,
stops.
The portion about turning a broken tail light into a vehicle search. Are you familiar with that portion?
To my pre-take stops.
Yeah.
That's not exactly the same thing, but I see what you're saying.
Like with the Sgt Mack Act, it says that you can't like turn a broken tail light into like a full-blown vehicle search without, you know, blatant evidence that there's a crime inside the vehicle. You know what I'm saying?
So some traffic stops in themselves just officers just build more probable cause as far as searching the vehicle. So if you stop a vehicle, and so you may not see this from a distance standing back, but if an officer stops a vehicle, you know that if he smells the odor of marijuana.
Yeah, you got probable cause to get into it.
If he sees contraband in the vehicle.
Right.
Okay.
Does
if he run his name and he comes back with something, more probable. So that's stuff that you and your camera won't catch, but
yeah. But is a marijuana wrapper in itself with no marijuana in it, is that probable cause?
What is a marijuana wrapper?
That's a good question. This guy went into a woman's vehicle because he said he saw a marijuana wrapper inside her vehicle.
Well, there are things that the corner of a plastic bag torn off and twisted up. That is generally what?
It could be anything.
But generally, what's in it? I know you're gonna try and say you have no idea. Well, okay. Generally, that's how marijuana's packaged, cocaine's packaged, narcotics, pills, and that's generally how it's packaged. They just put it in the bag, twist it off, and tear it off.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you see that and say that's probable cause. That would lead you to believe there's probably.
So that's probable
now,
cause.
If he looks at it or asks for it and it's nothing, that's nothing.
Okay.
So in it, just the plastic itself is nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. But if I take that plastic and I see like a little green leafy substance, just a little crumb.
Right. Then that's probable cause. What about retaliation? Is that something that the Killeen Police Department practices regularly?
Not to my knowledge. And I say not to my knowledge because of the way you asked the question.
Well, this guy, he retaliated on me as well. So we got a slew of things that this guy is doing. And I really just that's why I wanted to speak to the watch commander, because I think it's really egregious that the things that this guy is doing. And that's not something that looks good upon the junior officers that was on that scene just now. And I don't think that it's something that need to be practiced at all.
So when did he retaliate against you?
I can show you the video. I already got it pulled up. So this was the reason why he retaliated on me. I'm standing there for about a good 5 minutes. I didn't say nothing at all. He comes out of nowhere. I didn't even know he was on the scene. Hold on. I don't know why you can't hear what he's saying. Hold up. That's the internet connection.
Let me pause you right quick. These are the videos you post on YouTube, correct?
Yep.
Just looking at the title of your video.
This guy's a tyrant.
Okay.
He is a tyrant.
Well,
In my eyes, he is a
let's flip it
tyrant.
around. How would you feel if people recorded you all the time and then post say I record you all the time,
Yeah.
and then I post my opinion about what I think about you, if it's in a negative light?
It's freedom of speech.
I get that, but personally, how do you? I mean, yes, we got to be
I
professional.
probably wouldn't like
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I
Now,
probably
just
wouldn't
because
like
we wear
it.
the badge, and we suck up a lot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not we tell the guys don't take none of this stuff personal. Okay,
And that's the professional part of
right.
it.
So don't take it personal, but behind the badge is a person.
Absolutely, I agree.
So when you're out,
I agree.
and if you're harassing them to the point,
What do you mean by harassing?
well.
Just holding up a camera, is that harassing?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen a few of the videos,
Okay.
and there are some of them where the profanity, the name calling.
None of it is illegal.
Did I say that?
It's not
Hey,
illegal,
hold on.
and it wouldn't be considered
Hold on.
harassing either.
What did I say though? It's a person behind.
It's a
the
person
badge.
behind it, absolutely. But I give the respect. Just like, have I ever cussed at you?
No, you
Have I ever said anything out of line to you?
No.
I haven't even said a word to you until today. And I've seen you on a couple occasions,
I've
right?
seen you. Well, we've seen each other at a distance, I think.
Right.
We've
but
never.
we've
interacted.
been in a far enough distance to where we could have communicated with each other, or I could have been cussing at you, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't that not
At the same
happen?
time, though, I've seen where, just like now, I've seen where you spoke to some officers, and it's been very cordial.
Right.
And then there's other ones, if you don't get the response that you want,
Well, it's not
it turns
necessarily
into
getting.
no, it really is.
Okay.
But when they don't give
That's
you
your
the
opinion.
you're right. It's my opinion.
Yeah.
But when you ask a question or whatever it is, I haven't seen them all. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah.
And say I'm not an expert
Right.
on your issues.
Yeah.
So if it turns hostile and name calling in any place, not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
police officers, any job, any profession, people on the street. Once you get to the name calling,
Yeah.
it's personal, right?
Absolutely.
Now, you do your best to remain professional in any job, especially in your job,
Especially in this job.
especially
Because
at your job.
the officer can't say oops. You
No,
know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not even just saying an officer. I'm talking about any
Yeah.
job. If I
But
work
especially your
if I'm
job.
behind the counter at Burger King,
Yeah.
and you start calling me names, I'm
You
gonna
know,
try
you
and
can
hold it
flip this.
together.
You can flip out at Burger King, and
But if
things can
just
happen.
like-
But
just-
as an officer flipping out or getting outside of their professionalism, very bad things can happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point where an officer can't say oops. In your line of duty, you have no room for error. In majority of situations, you have zero room for error, and and for that reason alone, it's even more important for you to remain calm, cool, and collected, no matter what's going on around you. I could be sitting there berating you. I could be sitting there, fucking just going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's your duty and your standard that you should hold upon yourself to remain professionalism
again,
throughout
I'm
it.
gonna say this is human beings behind a badge. There are humans,
Yeah, and I know people make
and there are
mistakes.
people before they put on this badge.
Absolutely.
Just because you put a badge on, don't make you holier than thou.
Right.
And you don't just flip the switch and say,
Yeah.
I can suck up, what do you like when somebody say something to you, and you know how a lot of people are. You can take you calling me names, but once they say your mama this or your mama that,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it's bad. Oh, no, them fighting words. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Because if you call me out my name, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
you call
yeah.
my mama out her name,
Yeah, I got it. It's a problem.
it just hits different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. I definitely
So
understand.
when you antagonize officers, now I'm not gonna say I've seen some of the videos. I don't agree how everybody do everything.
Yeah.
We all do things differently.
Absolutely.
So we don't go to an academy and they don't put chips in us, and we're not robots, and everybody do everything exactly the same.
Yeah.
We all handle things differently. I probably would have handled some of the stuff out there differently, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So if you intentionally antagonize people, I can kind of see where sometimes they're gonna act out. Is it right?
Yeah.
No. But
I agree.
But you gotta be real about it and accept your part in it too.
What do you
Just
mean
like
accept
if
my
you,
part in it?
like if once you start belittling somebody, then
Well, I put it like this. I give what I get.
No, I've seen you give it before.
No, if you're come up to me and I ask you as a citizen, what is your name and badge number, and you just shrug me off and you like, it's on my chest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? At that point, to me, you don't respect me. You don't respect your profession. You don't even respect your last name. You know what I'm saying?
So, let me ask you this though.
And for that reason alone,
seriously, what difference is they say it versus?
Because it could be dark. I may have trouble reading. I may can't see what's on your chest. And that's the whole point. It's your policy to identify.
But I could see if that was like the first time that somebody dealt with you, and that's the reason, and you say, "Can I get your name and badge number?" And 9 times out of 10, most officers just give it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're doing it more as your platform, because every time you ask an officer,
I haven't asked the officer more than once with the same officer that I'm familiar with. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna tell me when they don't say it right quick, you keep saying, "What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?"
that's only if they haven't given it to me. Why would I not keep asking? I want to know what's your name and badge number.
But you're recording it and you see it.
It's
clear
dark.
as day.
If it's bright and it's day, I have a problem. I can see it on your chest. All right, I got it on record.
But we know for a fact that at this point, when you ask an officer that, and if he don't say it, we know that you can see it.
I wouldn't keep asking if I could see it. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen you in the daylight ask officers what their name is while you're recording it.
Maybe I can't see it.
Come on.
I don't know. I have to look at it to see.
Even if
that was the case, hypothetically, even if that was the
Okay.
case, how long does it take to say Mac 83?
It takes a split second.
A split second. And is it not your policy to identify yourself upon request?
I'm gonna tell you. Have you ever read any of the police reports?
Police reports?
Yeah. It usually says I'm in a clearly distinguishable uniform with my name clearly visible across my chest.
Right. What is the policy?
So am I identifying myself? Am I identified? When I walk in,
Anybody could wear that costume.
Hold on. When I walked through this door and you saw me, I didn't show you my actual credentials.
Right, because it's daylight, and I know you. I've seen you before. I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you what was your name and badge number. I never asked you.
You asked a lot of officers that you've already dealt with.
Case in point, I never asked you for your.
When I walked out, I identified myself.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
When you walked, okay, I'll watch it again. But I'm talking about the last time when I saw you at the gas station. Did I ever ask you for your? Yeah, but it's been other situations where I never talked to. It was no need for me to talk to a lot of guys, but I've asked for their name and badge number. I didn't ask you for yours that night. So you making it seem like I just have to have it, just like you have to have ID.
No, I say that when you go up and approach them and you ask for their name and badge number. I mean, that's your thing. If you want to know, I agree that they should just say it, because what's the point?
What's the point? Exactly. Just your name, say it with your chest. That's all I'm asking. Just be professional. And if you can't do something as menial as, like you said, a split second, Mac 83. If you can't do something simple as that as an officer of the law and you're a public official, I have zero respect for you. And that's just point blank. You can take it however you want to take it. At that point, you don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? So, and
that's when you get
possibly anything, whatever comes out of my mouth, this is going to happen.
But at that point, you know it's not going to go. It's not going to get better.
It's not going to get better, and I'm okay with that. But at the same time, you need to be held accountable, and that's the reason that I'm here.
Are you holding yourself accountable though?
I'm not being paid to do this. I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional.
Okay.
I'm not a professional. I'm a citizen, Joe Schmo. I'm a citizen, Joe Schmo. Okay. I'm a citizen. I'm not required to do nothing but live and be free.